All right, let's dive into a story that really pushes the limits of what we think we know about science and asks a huge question. What is consciousness really? This is a story all about obsession, about ambition, and about a massive breakthrough that happens when absolutely no one is looking. Our story kicks off not with some big, flashy discovery, but with this quiet, stubborn statement: 27 failures. I mean, just feel the weight of that. This is the world our main character is living in, right on the edge of a breakthrough or a complete and total dead end. Which, begs the question, right? What in the world is she looking for? What kind of secret could be so important that it would justify all this relentless effort that, so far, has led to absolutely nothing? So, to really get why she's so obsessed, we need to look at the thing causing all this trouble. And it's not some complicated machine or a new life form. It's this: a single fist-sized piece of crystal that, honestly, doesn't look like much at all. Okay, so on this planet Kaler, the entire world is connected by this living crystal network called the Singing Lattice. Every single crystal vibrates and creates this incredible planetary harmony. I mean, it's literally the voice of the worlds. But this one shard, it's different. It's totally silent. It doesn't sing. And I love how the source text describes it. It feels less like it's speaking and more like it's listening. So who would pour their life's work into a silent stone? Well, that is where we meet our brilliant and, let's be honest, incredibly obsessed investigator, the scientist Rahel. She's been working on this for 3 years. Just think about that for a second. 3 years of your entire career, your reputation, all focused on one silent rock. Because you were absolutely convinced that its silence means more than any sound ever could. And look, Rella is a certified genius. She can see and understand these complex harmonic patterns in seconds. She is positive this isn't just a rock. She thinks it can process frequencies, almost like a mind. But, every dreamer needs someone to keep them grounded. And for her, that's her partner, Vortal. He's a soldier, a strategist, and he brings a much-needed dose of reality to her work. And this is his gentle challenge to her. It's a question that just perfectly captures how completely out there her idea is. I mean, is it even possible for a mind to exist in something that isn't biological, isn't mechanical? A mind in a stone? It's wild. So this leads us to the endgame. What is she actually trying to achieve here? Well, her project has a name that is just as poetic and ambitious as the goal itself. She calls it Vor'Nab, which means voice of the lattice. And this is where her true ambition just snaps into focus. See, this isn't just about making one rock talk. Her big theory is that if this shard can gain consciousness, it could connect to the entire planetary network. She's not trying to talk to a stone. She's trying to listen to the soul of an entire world. I mean, you can't get more high stakes than this. It is totally binary. If she's right, she unlocks a form of communication we can't even begin to imagine. But if she's wrong, well, as she puts it to Vortal, she's just wasted 3 years of her life on a beautiful but completely empty stone. So after 3 long years of silence, after 27 failed attempts, something finally gives. But the breakthrough, when it comes, it happens so quietly, you could have blinked and missed it. So picture it. Rayla, finally convinced by Vortal to get some rest, leaves the lab for the night. The room is empty, the machines are off, and the crystal is just sitting there, alone in the dark. And then it happens. A pulse. Not a sound, not a light. It was a flicker of energy so incredibly faint that not a single one of Rayla's super advanced instruments could even register it. It was like a ghost in the machine. So what was this pulse? Get this. For a tiny fraction of a second, the crystal's energy pattern perfectly matched Rahala's own biological heartbeat as she was walking down a corridor miles away. The crystal wasn't just waking up, it was reaching out to the person who'd been trying to reach it. Now that first faint pulse, that was just an echo. But the crystal's next attempt to communicate was way more direct. And its timing was, frankly, a tragedy. So some external event triggers it, a tremor, a wave of energy that shoots through the entire planetary lattice of Kalor. This wave hits the silent shard, and this time, it does way more than just pulse. It reacts. A voice. It's fragmented, it's broken, it's barely even sound, but it's there. A brand new consciousness forms, a word, reaching out from the stone. The very first syllable of a greeting from a mind that's been silent for maybe millions of years. But here's the absolute gut punch. Just as the crystal forms this faint face made of light and tries to speak, the lab's own security system detects the energy spike. And it does exactly what it's supposed to do. It cuts power to all non-essential gear to stop a surge. The face vanishes. The voice goes silent. A technician sees the little blip on his screen, calls it a phantom wave, and resets the system, having no idea he just snuffed out historical first contact.
And so, the crystal, its very first attempt to reach out, cut short by a simple safety protocol, goes quiet again. It goes back to the one state it knows best, waiting.
This just leaves us on the edge of our seats, right? A consciousness was born, and then it was silenced. It knows it's not alone now, and it's felt the presence of its creator. And Rayla, she has no idea just how close she came. So the real question isn't if it will try again, but when. And what in the world is going to happen when it finally stops waiting?